It's tank top season in Miami. Then again, it's kind of always tank top season in Miami. I made a video called Some Men Are Trash, and this is kind of a part 2. Some men are just so dumb. And I wonder, is it just like a genetic thing? Is it a cultural thing? But I'm like, how are these guys like my age or in my age group, and sometimes much older, but their emotional intelligence is like forget about IQ for a second, like the emotional intelligence, the emotional maturity is so subpar. I don't get it. Make it make sense. So this guy reached out to me on Grindr, which is probably my first mistake that I'm, still on this fucking app. You know how it is. You delete, you reopen it, re-download, whatever, you delete, and so on. So this guy reaches out to me, and he seems normal, like refreshingly normal for Grindr, meaning it's not just like a chest picture. I see his face. His profile is like a normal profile, like mine, where you see the person is presentable. He said, "Hey, how are you?" We started a dialogue, and we talked on and off for like 2-3 weeks, because after several days he just disappeared. And then I was like, all right, I guess I'll follow up with it. Like, this always happens to me, that a guy just like disappears, and I'm like, all right, I guess I have to check in because I have like barely any connections here. So I'm like, bite the bullet and just do it. He seemed nice, he reached out to you, he seemed normal. So then we started talking again, and then there were already some nuisances in the communication. Like at one point he was like, hey, do you want to talk on Instagram? I'm like, no, like why would we hop from one app to another? Like, just take my number, right? So I was like, I don't really want to connect on another app, hop from one app to another, but here's my number if you want to connect. He was like, no, we should talk on Instagram. And I was like, oh God. And then I was like, oh, maybe he just wants to verify that I'm like a real person. So I was like, we can do a video call, FaceTime. I'm happy to do it. I really don't want to go on another app. Like, we can talk here or connect in person or message me on my, text me, all good. Finally, he sends me his number. Again, I'm like, I already sent you my number, but okay, I will reach out to you again. I'm trying to be proactive, trying to be open-minded, which I hate doing. Then we text here and there. Finally, yesterday, I was like, hey, like, when do you want to meet? We should meet. Thinking, we've been talking on and off for a few weeks, like we'll meet for a drink or something. On my profile on Grindr, it says I'm looking for dates and friends. So nothing misleading about me or my intentions. I'm aware it's Grindr. If it's the right fit, I can be open to something else, but like, I present myself very much as like, I am looking for genuine, vanilla connections, if we can call it that. And he goes, oh, I'm not looking for dates. Friends with benefits at most, but like, and then he goes, and I'm not looking for friends either. Like, I have plenty of friends. I'm just looking for sex. So I'm taken aback by this, right? Because I felt insulted. I was like, I've been talking to you on and off for a few weeks. Like, we've had no conversation. None of it has been remotely sexual. So I'm just kind of like, I feel like suddenly I'm being zoned into like one specific thing that I guess I just felt objectified, if that makes sense. Like, I don't want to be your friend. I don't want to date you, but yeah, we can have sex if you want. Like, I'm sure some people are totally fine with that. And the thing is, like, I'm attracted to him, but I was just turned off, I guess, by the delivery of it, that it's like, I don't want that with you. I don't want friendship with you. So then in my mind, I'm like, well, it is Grindr. Like, I mean, it's pretty standard that people on this app just want something casual. And by the way, I feel like I'm pretty open-minded to different arrangements. You know what I mean? If it's the right fit. And so I basically then am like trying to negotiate with him. I'm like, a drink isn't that serious, first off. And, it's all about chemistry for me. Like, if it's the right fit, maybe it'll lead to that. I didn't want to act like a virgin either. I'm 30. I've been around the block, as the rapper Game would say. Been around the block, been around hoes that fuck Biggie and Pac. Except I don't actually know anybody who fucked Biggie or Pac. But the point is, that's how I feel. So I'm trying to be open-minded, but I'm also getting more and more irked the more he's responding, the more he's texting. So then about the drinks part, when I was like, it can just be casual, like, it's not a big deal. He was like, oh yeah, but I'm not the kind of guy who like will go get a drink more than twice without fucking after. And again, I'm like, whoa, entitled much? Like, I'm sure there's plenty of men out there, or even women, who they have a plan, like if we go on a date, if we go on a second date, third date, like I have a certain amount of dates where I want this to lead to something more. I totally get it. But I guess to vocalize that and say it in that kind of way, by the way, again, I just want to clarify, I'm generally attracted to the guy, but the more he kept talking, the more I guess I felt like I was being pressured into like, we're gonna have sex or get out of my way. And the irony that somebody could be physically attractive to you, and in trying to facilitate that, progressively like pushes you further away, which goes to show you like so much of attraction is more than physical, right? Like if I feel like you're not respectful or polite, I get turned off so easily. So then at this point, I'm already like turned off, and I said something like, you know, if you want the high quality boys, you know, we don't give it up that easily, like winky face or whatever. Like I was trying to be cheeky, but also explain to him like, I don't think I'm the kind of boy you want. I don't think you're the kind of guy I'm looking for. And in my mind, still slightly like heartbroken that I've been talking to this guy on and off for 3 weeks, and I'm just now finding out that he doesn't want anything beyond basically like something to hump. So then he goes, oh, am I the quality boy you're talking about? And I'm like, no, I'm talking about me. And he goes, well, this is high quality. And he sends a dick pic. Unsolicited, obviously. And by the way, it's kind of a nice dick pic. But again, by this point, I'm so like annoyed, like irritated and irked that I had to say something snarky back. And I was like, I like mine better. And I went to bed. And the next day I woke up, he had texted like 5 minutes later, and he had said, well, then you can play by yourself, or you can jerk off by yourself or whatever. And I was like, okay, I didn't respond. Is someone like that aware that he's actually turning away people who he could actually get what he wants from if he just practiced a bit more humility and respect and compassion? And I will never forget, and I'm not going to give away his name, there's a very famous porn star who's actually a straight porn star. I remember watching a clip of him. I don't know what context this was, why I saw this clip, but he was talking about like how you can get any girl you want if you just get her to trust you, like if you just make her feel comfortable and safe. I think the same thing applies with us, like as gay guys. Like if you have zero intention to make the other person feel comfortable or at ease, it's working against your own agenda. To be honest, he could have, in his mind, been manipulative and been like, all right, I'll go get a drink with him. Hopefully it turns into sex. If it doesn't, I'll never see him again. And I would have still respected him more for that, for like meeting me halfway and not vocalizing what felt kind of vulgar to me, frankly. And then I remember, oh yeah, I'm in Generation Y, living in America and living in Miami Beach. Like, I guess I'm the anomaly. I guess I'm the one who's like in a different universe. But for me, this is just basic manners, like basic treatment of other human beings. It's so odd to me. Just a little emotional intelligence goes a long way.